Okay, this is again my classic Ender 3 3D printer in action right now, as you see it. Basically, the high points are there's no electronic gizmo there to tram the bed. It's just not required. I don't need it. I don't need something hanging here on the side of my print head because, again, that adds weight and other issues. Also, it's not direct drive because, again, that adds weight not only to its function, but during its motion, you've got all this momentum that you have to account for. So if indeed filament can be delivered to the bed without all this weight on here, that's definitely the best way to do it. So that's why I still use the Bowden tube. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the first layer here. You can see this is layer number 1. It's smooth, as you can see. Again, you don't have to take my word for it. It is smooth. It is on a flat surface right away. Basically, that's the half the battle is solved because the surface is already flat from the manufacturer. It's a mirror, so it has to be flat. So the only thing you have to deal with is distance that the nozzle is from the print surface. That's where this comes in. This is simple. This takes like less than 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to tram the bed with a piece of paper because, again, it's already flat. You tram on the 4 corners of the print area itself and start printing. You don't even have to test your skills. Just print. No lines, circles, or G-code squares or whatever to test yourself because you already know it's going to work. So there you go. This is indeed the first layer. You can see this is my test. This is the starting around the print. I'm still using the original plastic Creality extruder body. So if that lever breaks or cracks or disappears or gets abducted by aliens, just get a new lever. It's like $3, 5 minutes, and back to printing. In fact, if this crapped out right now, I could pause the print, change the lever, start the print. That's how easy it is. When you start changing the factory design by changing that extruder to some aftermarket version that isn't this one, you're opening yourself up to other problems that are going to just cascade. Okay, so if you just leave the body where it is, change the arm if you have to, and then continue printing. Literally, it's that easy. No bullshit. Alright, my filament's being delivered from here because it's a direct shot. It's straight in to the extruder. So no friction, no added levers and gizmos and pulleys and gadgets to redirect it because it's literally straight in. It pulls it, pushes it down a Bowden tube. That's how it gets from here to here. No direct drive and hanging a bunch of crap on the top because, again, that adds extra added weight that you have to account for. If you don't have that, you don't have to account for it, right? Alright, so let's take a look at the bed. This is your standard print surface. This is the carriage that came with it. And people say, oh, it's crooked, it's bent, it's whatever. Well, okay, put a mirror on there. It's removable, alright? Adjust your springs. These are the original springs, not yellow, not chunks of rubber. As you can see, they came with the printer. No need to change it. Let's look at the temperatures. We got nozzle temperature right there at 210, and the bed is, guess what? Non-heated. It's a non-heated bed. I don't need a heated bed to force adhesion. You can see here, there's no curling, no warping, no Elmer's glue smeared all over the place. It's obvious it's not required right here. You can see it. This is my, I think it's the second layer. This is the second layer. You can see that it's smooth, it's even, it's flat, everything's good. So now we're going to start the second layer, okay? So once the first layer is done, it's done. You move on. You already know this is going to work. So now the second layer has this layer to work with, and it continues up until the print is done. So we let it go. We just let it do its job, let it work for me, not against me. And this is the evidence that that is always true. Okay, so again, the second layer will start here. What I did, this right here, this little square right there, and that one over there, right there, that one, is I cut the mirrors off. I didn't want to have to use any supports for the mirrors or under the wheel wells. So I cut the mirrors off, and I'm going to have them print on the bed as well and just glue them on. All right, that means I can avoid adding supports at all. Okay, and the hassles of cutting and removing supports is the best way for me to do a print. It's less hassle for the printer, less hassle for me. All right, so there we go. It's doing great. Oh, and E-steps are at 93 because I kept the original extruder body right there. So 93, don't have to worry about E-step changes or calibrations or doing ladders and stairs and whatever hell else. Just print. Tram the bed with the, I call it the manual human touch. This is the MHT, manual human touch, not the CRT or BLT or bacon, lettuce, and tomato. It's none of that. All right, so this is how this classic Ender 3 prints, because it was assembled to factory specifications. This is it. There's nothing here that's not factory. The bed is user's choice. It's not considered an upgrade to the mechanics of the printer. This is my choice. I use this because of me and how I print. Nothing to do with how the printer pushes filament, trowels filament onto the bed. And so currently now it's doing its second layer. And because the first layer went down so good, you can see it's smooth. The second layer is smooth right there and shiny actually. So there you go. Just wanted to show you how I do it. I guess maybe I'm the only one, but it works. Okay, happy printing.